What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Xbox After Party. This is your host, Predator H2OS, with another video. It's early Sunday morning here. I wanted to get something out before the Mooch and Crap show starts this morning. Give you guys something to listen to. Turn this shit down. Want to give you guys something to listen to for the Mooch and Crap show this morning. Real quick podcast. Just wanted to go over a couple of things. I thought Microsoft needs to do in 2018 for them to be successful. Now, these are just my list. It's 5. I could probably come up with like a 30 or 40 of them, to be honest with you, if I thought about it long enough. But I'm going to run these down real quick and let me know what you guys think. It's early. I don't think anybody's going to be in the chat right now. But if you're awake and you're here, make sure you pop in and say hi in the chat. And also make sure you follow and sub to the channel. So let's see. We'll start off with number 5, all right? I think Microsoft needs to get into the VR, AR, mixed reality bandwagon now before it loses its limelight. Sony right now is taking a lot of it. You don't really hear much about Oculus. I know a lot of people use Oculus and the Vive and stuff like that, but you don't really hear that much about them anymore. It's all about the PSVR right now. And I've never tried it. I won't lie. I won't sit up here and pretend like I have. Never touched it, but I think it's one of those things. From my understanding, people who have used it have kind of changed their stance on it. Initially, they thought it was really gimmicky, and maybe there's not a lot of games out for it that really like pertain to me. In particular, I love my shooters and stuff like that. But the people who've kind of had the same view as I do have gone in and tried it out somewhere and ended up enjoying it. Mooch plays it now. Crap plays it. He swears by it. But I think Microsoft kind of needs to jump into that realm and do the mixed reality stuff they've been talking about. I know the X is perfectly capable of doing it, but they just haven't really announced it. And I think maybe this year they're going to. I know they kind of put it. I know initially when the X was about to launch last year, they discussed it. It was going to be fully capable to do VR, but then they kind of pulled that away. And I from what Phil Spencer has been saying, it's something he wants to get into, but doesn't think the water's warm enough yet. So at least tease it, talk about it. Something you're going to do. I think this is the year to do it. The capability is there. I don't know if it's going to work on the S, but it definitely should be able to work on the X. This is one of the things I think they need to do in 2018 is just get into the VR game and discuss it a little bit more. Number 4. Speaking of talking, marketing, I know they lost a lot of marketing deals last year, and it kind of made sense from a business standpoint. Like you got, let's say, Call of Duty, Destiny, those things cost a lot of money, and Microsoft kind of wanted to spend their money in other places last year, so they dropped those marketing deals and allowed them to go to other consoles, or to the PlayStation side specifically. But they do need to get some titles. They don't need to lose all of them. Like I mentioned, like Call of Duty, World War II, right? So PlayStation had the marketing for that, but it still sells well on Xbox without paying all that money for the marketing. It sold in some consoles for sure. And I've noticed, even when Xbox does have marketing rights for certain things, they don't really come out with custom consoles like PlayStation does. They just bundle it, and a lot of us really want custom consoles. I think having custom controllers is a better way to go. You only need one console, but some people just like collecting controllers. I mean, consoles are nice to have. They're nice if you're a collector. But I typically am only going to play on 1 or 2 of them. I have one in my man cave and I have one in my daughter's room. So having like 50 consoles laying around that I don't touch isn't really, it's not something I really want to get into. But they do need to get some marketing deals this year. I know they have Anthem coming up, but like that's the only one I can think of. I think they lost the FIFA one last year. They do still have Madden, but that's basically it. And maybe they're trying to get newer franchises. I mentioned that before in the past that it doesn't make a lot of sense to spend all this money on marketing when the game is going to sell on your console regardless. If you're just trying to push units, yeah, maybe, but the money isn't in, the cure, it's in the medicine. So by saying that, I mean, like, you can have all the consoles you want, but if you're not actually selling software to go with it, it doesn't really mean anything. No one's using it. Let's look at the PlayStation user base at like 68 million people. And they're only selling like a Horizon Zero Dawn probably only sold maybe 7%. out of all those people. That's a lot of people that have consoles that aren't buying games. So, and then you got a game like PUBG that's already sold 4 million on Xbox. And there's only what, about 35 million out in the unit, out in the wild. I mean, so um, it doesn't make sense um, if you're not making money off the console, making money off the games, then it doesn't make any sense to do these special bundles and deals like that. So, but I do think they need to ramp up their marketing. And I know we were on the Crossfire podcast Friday, and we had Moxie and Avers on, and they mentioned something I didn't really think about, like the cost of putting all those new consoles like the Xbox One X's with a 4K monitor in every single kiosk around the country, and that is expensive. I mean, but I challenged them and I said, but they did it once. They did it with the original Xbox One. So not necessarily the 4K monitors, but they at least have them on display in pretty much every fucking store in the world. And as a matter of fact, they're still in some places. They replaced some of those things with just like, some like they got rid of those kiosks and kind of just put like what is it, the little billboards and shit like that up. It's a lot cheaper to do it that way. But like I just mentioned with VR, sometimes you want to get your hands on it, and that might make you change your mind and make a different stance on picking up the console if you actually can play some of the games you see running on it. So if you've never seen a game in 4K and actually played it versus a side-by-side comparison of the same game, it's night and day. When you're playing like a, I don't know, like a Witcher with HDR on 4K textures and stuff like that versus playing it on a base Xbox One, it's a completely different experience, and people need to see that difference. But I think when you walk into a store like a Best Buy and you see their display with the PS4 Pro, even the Slim, and then you look over at the Xbox side and it's still got the fucking Connect one over there, that's like a slap in the face. Um, and considering that the S has been out for over a year and you're still seeing OG Xbox One consoles with the Connect in some displays in some places, that is a sham. Like that should have been taken care of a long time ago. So my fourth one is marketing deals. And to add on to that, I want to add media control in that too. There's a lot of leaks coming out recently, like with Fable 4 and some of the other games they've discussed this past week. But loose lips sink ships, right? Um, Control that. Like it's okay for you to come out and say, "Yeah, we're working on this game. Yeah, we got this coming out." Specifically, the games we already know about. Like we haven't heard from Crackdown. We don't know what's going on with the uh shit. What's the other zombie game? I can't think on top of my head right now. But like the games we know that are coming, not Left 4 Dead. Jesus Christ, I can't think right now. I can't remember the name of the game, but I mean, we know it's State of Decay. Jesus, we know it's coming, but like we haven't heard about it. Like where's the media? Where's the talk about it? Where are the screenshots? Where's the fan art? You know, where are the like the little teasers or something like that? But like nothing. No Crackdown. No State of Decay. Very little on Sea of Thieves other than getting a release date. I know we got an alpha coming up here pretty soon. I mean, it's a turn of the year. I get it. Like we just got over the big holiday. People kind of need to relax a little bit and play the games they got for the holiday. But they need to start ramping up some marketing at the beginning of the year instead of waiting like a week or two before a game's release to talk about it. Because I think PAX East is coming up, but outside of that, we won't probably see anything or hear anything till E3, which is way like in June. So like, show us something now. Don't make us wait till then. Um, we want to see what's coming down the pipe, especially the games we know about. I'm not specifically saying they got to leak every fucking game. Like if they're working on Fable 4, they don't need to mention that right now. It'd be nice as a consumer. I would love to know that, but there's stuff they have coming down the pipe that'll be coming out between now, supposedly coming out between now and E3 that we've not heard about. So show it. Let's see what you got. All right. Number 3, they have to fix Upload Studio, right? I've been trying to use this, and now that I have a 4K fucking beast console over here with the KS8000, and I want to take screenshots and I want to upload videos and I want to stream stuff, and really can't do that with Upload Studio right now. It's a broken mess. Even like right now, I have to have a separate hard drive in order to get my 4K video, and I have to move it to my computer and upload it. And with mine, I guess I think someone was telling me it may be the codec issue, but like I can't even like play back some of the stuff I record. I have to actually uh, manipulate it a little bit, and then I'm able to use it like on the next podcast. But I have to go through all these extra steps to get things to work. I mean, something simple as uploading a video or a screenshot to Twitter should be a lot simpler than it is right now. But they make it so difficult. And now that you can't use your hard drive to do 4K stuff, or an external, should I say? Because like I guess like you can only record so much footage, so much time of footage in 4K, and it's not a lot of time, like 30 seconds. And that's, you never know what you're gonna get when you're recording 30 seconds of footage. I like to record a lot of footage and then move it over and upload what I want instead of having to be stuck with just 30 seconds. So I have to predict what I'm gonna record and then upload it if I do it that way, which, fix the fucking Upload Studio, Microsoft. It's been a problem for a while. I mean, you got this nice mixer shit going on, low latency mixer. You got like all this other crap going on with this device, but we can't do something simple with Upload Studio. I don't know when the next updates come in. I know Mike Barr has talked about it in the past, but I mean, that's got to get fixed this year. You guys got to get that done. Number two, what happened to Back and Pat, right? Like we haven't really got a lot of titles, and it's been kind of sparse, on this side when it comes to Back and Pat. We have OG Xbox games are Back and Pat now too, and we really haven't heard a lot other than the announcement at E3. I know it's coming, but they need to bring the business, and if they need to reach out to some of these other places, I know it's not all on Microsoft to get these games; it's on the developer to do it, but strong arm some of these guys a little bit and be like, hey, we really want this on Back and Pat. We really like to see this come. What do we need to do to make this happen? Like I would love to play the original Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. And I know everybody out there has a couple of games they want to play. It just, I don't want to have to fire up my old 360 to play these titles, or my old OG Xbox to play these titles. And we've gotten a lot in the past, but it seems like it just kind of just fell flat ever since they started that Game Pass thing, man. Like the Back and Pat titles have been like really lacking. Even like the games with gold stuff that we used to get for free has been kind of lacking. They've been putting them on Game Pass, and it's a great deal. Don't get me wrong, Game Pass is awesome, but I've already paid for these games once. I want to play them because I own them. I don't have to go to get Game Pass to do it. It's a money grab for them in that aspect, but they need to ramp that up and step that game up a little bit and try and get especially those old 360 titles that people have been asking for. I'm sorry, the OG Xbox titles people have been asking for. They gotta step that up and get that shit up and running again, because it's been kind of abysmal lately. So, and my number one thing I think Microsoft needs to do in 2018 is bring us some fucking games. I kind of touched on this earlier when I was talking about marketing and media control, but like we already know what we got coming. I mean, we've known Crackdown, State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, right? We've been harping that. We know we got Ori Will of the Wisps coming. Most likely we're gonna get a fucking Forza 4, a Forza Horizon 4. Those 5 games, on a normal basis will probably be okay for a year. Maybe. Maybe throw something else in there. But like every E3 we come up and we say, oh, wait till next E3. Wait till next E3. This past E3 2017, I walked in with the notion that I did not want to hear after that E3 to wait till 2018's E3. And of course, we did it. We did it at 2016. We did it at 2017. And I hope we don't have to do it again this year. It's time for them to come out and say, this is what we got. Like we hear about them buying up studios and stuff like that, and all the leaks and rumors we heard so far this year and late last year. But yet, when E3 comes around, what are you going to show us? I mean, like you keep teasing Battletoads and all this other shit like that, but then like we don't see it, and it's not just games, because I know we have these old franchises we want to like come back to, like the Conquerors and stuff like that, but like the Phantom Dust and stuff like that. But like we need newer franchises, not these old ones we played 10 years ago, and just remastering them and just revisiting them and starting over from scratch with them. Like I don't want to have to play through again a Conquer. It's just a remaster of Conquer, or like it's cool. We got all these nice 4K games that we have been playing all year, and they came back and that kept us entertained for a while. But like we need newer franchises. I mean, Recore would be a nice one. We've already got a good base with that one, but like, give us something new, something fresh, that we haven't seen before. And I know they're working on some other stuff, but like a Fable 4 is one. Like, obviously the fans want that, right? That's something the fans want, but give us something the fans have not been asking for. Surprise us with something. Like, their ID at Xbox thing has been working really, really well for them the past couple of years. We got Cuphead out of that. We got Ori out of that. So continue that trend, and we got to figure out, give us an update on some of these games that have been in development for a long time. Like, where the fuck is Below? Like, I haven't heard about that game in ages. Ashen. I don't want to have to wait till E3 to hear about Ashen, but it's not really on Microsoft. It's on those developers to give us something, to feed us something. But like, this year, they need to talk about those games. Ashen's been in development. It's been talked about since maybe 2013. And we're in 2018. Think about that. Like, Below, that big game's been talking about for ages. Like, look, we didn't even hear about it at last E3, but like, again, like every time we see that sizzle reel, the first thing that people say, "Where's Below? Where's that game at? Like, what happened with that?" Like, you're not going to come out with it, like, say it, move on from it. Let's stop asking questions about it. But if you still got it in development, show us what it's become. I really miss those old dev blogs. Hey, what's up, Gerald? Fate Ape. Good morning. Yeah, I'm up early too, bro. You kind of catching the tail end of it, but thanks for tuning in, man. If you got any questions in the chat, man, make sure you hit it up. But I'm just kind of going through my top 5 list. I'm pretty sure you might have missed some of it because I just kind of saw you pop in. But I was going through the top 5 things I think Microsoft needs to do, and I'll just kind of run through them again here at the end when I finish this last topic. So my number one is games. So I was just saying, like, I miss those old dev blogs where you can just log on and they post something every now and then. Like, I think Sea of Thieves does this. They'll post something every now and then in their dev blog and say, "Oh, we're working on this, we're working on that." I follow PUBG pretty much throughout its existence, and they consistently update us with patches and dev notes and what they're working on. And I like that because I can actually get engaged in what's going on with the game. But like, this complete silence is fucking frustrating. Like, I like to know what I got coming down the pipe. So in recap, I'm gonna go again through the top 5 things I thought Microsoft needs to do in 2018. So number 5, I thought they need to get into the VR, AR, mixed reality realm and start dipping their toes in that. Number 4, marketing and media control, kind of stepping out ahead of it instead of trying to play catch up like they do every year. Let's go ahead and talk about some things instead of waiting for the media to leak it or give us negative press. And it seems like it happens every year. At the beginning of the year, we get something bad. And I'm expecting something negative to happen, like a delay or something like that, like a crackdown delay or something like that. But get ahead of that before it happens. Don't wait until it comes out and gets leaked out by somebody else, and they spend their own negative press on it. Number 3, fix Upload Studio. That's something that needs to be, it's been talked about for at least over a year now. And I'm not a huge Upload Studio guy, but I know some of my friends that are, and it's like a fucking hassle with them. Even simple shit like fucking posting videos on Twitter, right? It makes it so difficult, right? So fix Upload Studio. Number 2, more back and pack titles. You discussed it at E3 last year. We're getting OG 360 games. Stop pushing everything to Game Pass. Like, give it to us. Like, announce it. It seems like it's been a while since we had a really big announcement for back and pat title that people wanted. And I know they got that list of most wanted back and pats, like Splinter Cells and stuff like that. But like, if it's going to be a hassle, man, reach out to those devs and see what they need to do. Go to Ubisoft and be like, "Hey, man, we want this." It's on those guys, not on Microsoft. But if Microsoft thinks it'd be a good fit, maybe they can kind of give them a nudge a little bit and say, "Hey, we really want this to come," and just do it that way. And number 1, again, more games. Let's talk about them. Let's get some updates on what's going on with the games. Bring us games. I don't want to go into E3 this year or come out of E3 this year with the attitude of wait till E3 2019. Wait till the Tokyo Game Show. Wait till, like, I mean, E3 is the big one for us. PAX East is a big one. They have a couple other big ones too, but like, E3 is the one that a lot of people tune into. It's the one that's advertised. Like, take advantage of that and talk about some games even if it's just like a blurb, just give us something so we have something to look forward to. We can say it, at least it's coming, because right now the silence is killing us. It's making us think about things that aren't there. And like I was saying earlier, loose lips sink ships. And leaks can be good or bad. Like, imagine all the stuff that leaked recently, like Fable 4 and stuff like that. The Forza Horizon being in Japan. Imagine if none of that is true. How you're gonna feel? Like if they're like, oh no, we haven't been touching Forza, and we're gonna put Forza in Paris, or we weren't talking about a Fable 4. We haven't had that in discussions at all, and like, imagine if all that stuff was, all those leaks that we heard were false. What a big letdown that's gonna be for us. But like, we do need to hear it. Like, we got to have you guys come out in front of it, which kind of goes back to the number 4 one, marketing and media control. Get out in front of this shit. Don't let these leaks come out and fucking hamper you and kill us. And when something comes out that's false, say it. Just like this other dev did about this review of their game from Digital Foundry. If it's false, come out and say it's not true, instead of having us sitting here scratching our heads like, wow, this is amazing, getting us all filled up for it, and it doesn't happen. So that one end it here, man. You got any questions, Ape? You're the only one in chat right now, so if you do, post them in there. If not, I'm about to close this out. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Let me get my shameless plug here. Make sure you guys hit the like, follow, subscribe button. Next podcast on Saturdays, Crossfire on Fridays, Shop Podcast on Thursdays. You can find me on Twitter. Again, Predator_H2OS, pretty much everywhere. And if that's it and no questions, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Make sure you guys tune into the Mooch and Crap Show later on this morning. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll be in the chat in there as well. So hope to hear from you guys soon. And I'll see y'all later. Out.